this is one of my favorite things. I'm going over the 46 things that I have discovered are hiding, like emotional things that send us to the fridge that just kind of store up in our belly fat. And it affects our, BMI, but it also affects our organs. And so, if you're having health issues, these things also apply to you if there's something going on in your internal organs around your core area. So keep that in mind as you are listening to this webinar today. As always, if you would like to join me, I would love, I was just making sure we were recording. I would love to have you join me live so that we can chat and you can actually get some laser coaching personally. And if you want to do that, you just go to realandslim.com and REALNSLIM.com and sign up for the laser coaching, and I'll send you the webinar link so you can join me. Then you can ask me questions, and that's really what this is for, 15 minutes of good question asking. I just don't want to be just talking to people. I want to interact with you, so come join me. And this is new, so I know this is going to build up. I can take as many as 100 people, and I'm really excited about what this means to my students. I've been trying to figure out how to do some free things, and this is the way that works best for me because I can do it in 15 minutes. We can interact. It's there forever. It's out there on YouTube, and we can do comments and question asking and just have it be something that I can do to make a really big difference in this world en masse. So let's go ahead and get started. Today's laser coaching, we're going to talk about what's stored in the belly fat, part 16. And we're also I'm going to issue a structured intuitive eating 5-day challenge, which I'm really excited about because that means you can actually make some changes in your relationship with food and your body this week. That's awesome. So it's Monday right now. We're going to do this through Friday, and I'm going to give you a different thing to add to the challenge each day of the week. So keep that in mind. Come back. Make sure you're looking for this, the 5-day challenge. This is day 1. Okay, let's dig in. This is belly fat, part 16, unwillingness to relinquish control. Yesterday, we talked a lot about control issues. Not yesterday, but Friday, we talked about unable to control an outer situation, trying to control a substitute. Today, it's about unwillingness to relinquish that control. So this goes together. It's really important. If you are feeling like you have to be the one in control of everything, other people's feelings. Last time we talked about, how somebody treats your children, how somebody's showing up, particularly with your children, right? There's a lot of excuses that could be built up around that. And it's, I felt that too. I've actually been there. This is actually one that feels like maybe I still need to work on. So this topic is pretty good. It's like, oh, well, duh, I know that I can't control somebody else's feelings. I can decide where my children go and who they're with and that kind of thing. But there are situations where it's kind of difficult, like if they're going to school or something like that, or if what you consider mistreatment is happening right inside your home. And I'm not going to the point of abuse. I'm a guide. I'm not a therapist. I'm not going there. I'm not going to advise you on that. But if we're talking about just, not liking how somebody's showing up, they're not really being abusive, but you're just not liking how they show up, it's time to let go. It's time to let go. So here's the turnaround that I came up with that's a good, just think about this. Find the freedom in exploring that there may be another way to get what you want. There may be another way for your child to be in a situation that, that you feel is more positive for them than trying to control somebody else and how they're showing up. Maybe this is something that, maybe it's not about your children for you. Maybe you're controlling something else, or you're unwilling to relinquish control about something else. And keep in mind, I'm not saying go be a doormat. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying maybe there's another way than the way that you were trying to do, and trying to control it in that direction is, if it's not serving you, it's definitely not if it's showing up in your core, But if you can find another way that's positive that you feel good about, where you're not afraid anymore and you're allowing yourself to see that, there's another way and you can be more relaxed, I'll bet you will see a difference in your weight release. Just start looking at stuff like that. All of these things together, build up. I've got 46 things that I found. All of these things together really build up. But I find that when I work with people on these little, one-offs, that they have progress. They're like, oh, this week I released an inch that I wasn't releasing before and I couldn't figure out why. Oh, this week I'm more committed than I was because I let go of this little thing and now I'm more committed and it's easy, that kind of thing. So that's what you're looking for when we're looking at these emotional things. Okay, let's look at this 5-day challenge. Here's the point. The point is, can you commit to simplicity? If you can commit to simplicity, then you are going to have a fantastic experience because, who wants to keep making it hard? And the things that I teach, these physical things, they're super, super easy. And this is only 90% of what we do. This is only 10%. The other 9%, 90%, if I could get my words out right, the other 90% really is all this emotional stuff, facing off with that stuff. That's the hardest part of my program. And it's really the part when you move things out of the way emotionally and in your mind, changing the way that you see, your perspective on your life and culture and, supposed to, and all of this stuff. When you shift on that, it makes the structured intuitive eating plan that I teach really, really easy to do. And that's when it starts to shoot, and it's amazing how quickly the weight comes off when you're 100%. So can you commit to simplicity? That's the question. And can you be consistent for 5 whole days, 100%? That's the challenge. That's what you're going to show yourself. Okay, here's what to do for day 1. Just find your hunger signal today. If you can eat only with your hunger signal for 5 whole days, you give yourself this huge pat on the back. You can definitely go do something that you think is super fun because you deserve to celebrate that, especially if you've never done it before. This is a really big challenge. There's going to be a lot of things that come up for you, and we're going to go over a couple of those that come up a lot. There are a lot more than what I put in the Q&A here, but we are going to cover some of those. So be aware of cravings and munchiness are not hunger. And okay, so this week, only eat with your hunger signal. Find that hunger signal and only eat with that hunger signal starting today. And then drink pure water with a lemon or smart water or something between hunger signals. No calories unless it's just a few drops of lemon juice, okay? That's really good for you because, it's going to help you stay hydrated. Hydration is important to feeling good. Make sure you're doing that. Okay, what's next here? Report your experience in our Facebook group. I want to see how you're doing. I want to see that you're doing it, and I want to hear your questions because we'll answer those questions next time. So make sure you're really being active in that Facebook group with this challenge so that I know what's going on with you and I know what you need, and that enhances the power of this 15-minute laser coaching every morning. Okay, so that's the Facebook group. You can pause and write it down and go to it, whatever, after this is over and you're watching it recorded. Okay, here are the questions I usually get. What if I have numbed my hunger signal? There's a lot of us who've just, with different things, binge eating, starving, just emotional stuff that numbs our hunger signals. I invite you to just open up your heart and look at those things, move the emotional things out of your way, and allow yourself to be objective about your hunger signal. And I'm going to be, this might be a little crude to some people, but I'm going to be really, really bold here and say this is just like potty training. A little kid doesn't know what it feels like to go potty at first. Sometimes they think they need to go potty when they don't. Sometimes they think they don't need to when they do. And until they figure it out, they are not potty trained. But once they figure it out and have experimented enough, then they're potty trained. And the signal that your body gives you when it's hungry is the same kind of signal that you get when you have to go to the bathroom. And when, so you're just only going to give your body food when it can use it as fuel. This is so important. This is like the very first, most important thing to help yourself not put on extra layers. But it's also something that people sometimes have a really hard time with because of their emotional junk, and they're used to going to food to comfort themselves. There are other ways to comfort yourself, and I invite you to find those. Okay, what if I have to eat at specific times of day and I feel hunger between those times? If you have a job and you only have like 15-minute breaks here and there, find a way to have a granola bar or something when you feel hungry so that you're getting used to feeding your body when it's ready to use the food. And then, maybe by the time there are also ways to arrange to be hungry at the time that you have a break. That is definitely for another laser coaching session. If you want to know about that, please leave a comment, say something in the Facebook group, whatever you need to do to let me know that that's something you're interested in, and in a future video I will cover that. Let's go ahead and move forward here. I'm going really fast, but I'm trying to make this only 15 minutes. What if I feel hungry all the time? You're probably thirsty. Drink more water and make sure you're putting some electrolytes in that. That's really important so your body can get hydrated. You need electrolytes. Otherwise, so if you've got a cell and you do pure water, then it washes the outside of the cell, which is important. Do that too. But if you want the cell to get hydrated, if you want the hydration to get inside the cell, you need electrolytes in your water. So I like to drink smart water, and I will often have lemon in my water because I like that too. If you can't stand lemon, then definitely go get some smart water, have electrolytes. Okay, so that's definitely a thirst thing. What if I'm too busy to notice my hunger signals? Okay, then your breakthrough will be about paying attention to yourself and realizing that that's not selfish. It's totally unselfish. It's absolutely good for you to take care of yourself and notice what's going on with you, even if you're used to being too busy. So this is just a matter of paying attention, and you can totally do that. Okay, make sure you're joining us again tomorrow. Come live to the webinar for interaction. I would love to hear what you have to say. I didn't have any chat today, but I'm so glad those of you who came, and I love you. Let's see, the schedule was emailed to you, so make sure you check your email for that, and that'll go out again. And I will see you tomorrow at the same time. I'll talk to you later.